What's up YouTube, Demi here with day 1 Delve League update. I just slept for the first time since stream start, so I'm a little tired, my apologies for that. I did do a 26-hour stream, which we hit 1,000 subs on Twitch, which is amazing, thank you all for that. I will be uploading the VOD to YouTube because a lot of people ask me what I do on League Start, how I get the maps, how I farm, what I sell, all that stuff. And I know a lot of people can't see the stream start, especially because they're watching other streamers, or they're just busy, or they're playing the game themselves. So I'm just going to put those all up in 3 different sections. We're having a slight issue where I actually did get copyright striked on 2 of the sections of the VOD due to, what's it called? Copyright disputes, I don't know. There's apparently a section of music in like Act 6 and Act 1 that sounds like another song that people copyright strike. So I did some Google foo on it, and it's apparently pretty common that this happens. GGG says there's no copyrighted music, so I just filed a dispute on it. We gotta wait for a couple days for that to get fixed. But anyways, into the character. So, Infernal Blow Chieftain did pretty well. We got the level 83. At one point of the league, we were at rank 490 on the top of like overall, which is really cool because I've never actually like tried to push that hard, but I did pretty well. So we're using Molten Strike and Infernal Blow right now. Infernal Blow is kind of our pack clearing skill, and then Molten Strikes for our single target skill, right? So let's go ahead and run a map to see what it looks like. We can do Fizz Reflect because we are pure LE conversion. I was also experimenting with the Consecrated Ground skill, or Consecrated Slam skill, because it's still 50% fire conversion. You can use that as well if you want to clear with it. It's kind of fun. But yeah, build plays pretty similarly to what I expected it to. You just kind of walk around, you slap things with Infernal Blow, they pop, and yeah, it works, right? I pretty much got all the gear that I thought I was going to get. I got really lucky and I found an axe that was like 311 PDPS without attack speed crafted onto it. And then I put attack speed on it and it went up to like 340. Yeah, rares you just won't strike if they're too tough. Let's see if I can just find the boss real quick. Overall, pretty smooth leveling experience. The only boss I had any issues with was the Brine King gave me some issues because I had 1%, literally 1% lightning res. And he's like mostly lightning damage and fizz damage, so the lightning damage was just like one-shotting me since I was taking 4 times as much damage as I should have been. But yeah, this is a 4-link Molten Strike, or sorry, 4-link Infernal Blow with a 6-link Molten Strike in my tabula. I've done some delves. I think the deepest I've gone is like, I want to say, what is it, like 97 or something like that. But yeah, there's your boss skill. Let's go ahead and talk about the character. Skill tree is exactly as I theory crafted it in the first build guide, so I'll just do a quick once over of that. We came out here, grabbed these life nodes, and then we went through the damage nodes, grabbed Resolute Technique. Then I beelined it down south. I thought I was going to go up, but I went south. So I went this way, and I grabbed these nodes for the dual wielding damage, the life nodes, and the dual wielding nodes, and then a little tiny bit of mana leech. Then I filled out some of the axe wheel, got Resolute Technique. Filled out. Then I went up and filled out Templar. After Templar, we grabbed the life nodes, the fire pen nodes, because we had 100% conversion at that point after normal lab. On Unwavering, and then got these nodes up on Templar pen, right? Ascendancies, I have normal cruel and merc lab. I don't have uber lab yet. I have the trials done, I just haven't actually done it yet. You start with this one, it gives you your full conversion, 10% fire damage conversion, or fire pen, sorry, and then a bunch of his extra fire every 10 seconds. It's like a rotating damage buff. I wish there was a thing on screen that showed you where it was active, but when it activates, you could see it on your tooltip. It's quite a bit of extra damage. There it is, it pops. And then I get this, you get fire leech, you get strength, you get some chance to cover unique enemies or rares on Ash, in Ash for 10 seconds on hit. That results in 20% increased fire damage taken, which is 20% more damage. It's really good here. And then we got this one for some endurance charge gen, some life regen. Eventually we'll grab this. It'll give us all the fire as we ever need. More life regen, fizz mitigation, and then more life regen if you've been hit recently, which is pretty cool. Pretty good. This last skill point, where was I putting this? I have no idea. Oh yeah, I think I'm getting jewel sockets. Grab that. But yeah, gear-wise, pretty much exactly what I thought. We got two axes. I found this one and I bought this one. Or no, sorry, I found both of them. What did I buy on this character right now? I think I bought the Stygian and I bought like the amulet if I remember right. But anyways, this is the axe that I found that I crafted attack speed on. It's 340 PDPS, which when we found it, it was like the third best axe on the server, which is pretty funny. Pretty solid one-hander. This one is 277 PDPS with some extra fire damage on top. So it's about the same overall. It's like 330 total DPS. Found this helmet. It's just life dual res. This amulet we had to buy because I needed some dex, and it's got life fizz damage. The leech doesn't do anything since we're full fire conversion. We don't deal any fizz damage to leech off of, so don't worry about that. Just go for fizz damage, wed, life, dex, whatever you need, right? This ring is just life resist. This ring is just life resist. I found this. I don't have enough to Elrion to craft damage to attacks yet. I want to craft flat fizz on it, but I don't have the Elrion level yet. Gloves, I needed some int, so life resist int. Boots, life resist. We don't need movement speed since we leap slam everywhere. It's irrelevant. Belt, we got life resist and weapon elemental damage. This is actually a really high life belt, but I paid like 2 chaos for it, so it's pretty good. Flask, we got a recovery rate bleed flask, instant ignite flask, remove bleeding flask, remove freeze flask, and it's just a sulfur flask. I didn't buy a lion's roar yet. That's what this is supposed to be replaced by. I'm supposed to get a lion's roar soon, but haven't done that yet. What else is there to say? Oh yeah, jewels. I'm using Molten Strike for single target, right? So I have 2 of these wildfires. They give you 2 additional Molten Strike projectiles each, which is really, really powerful since it normally is default of 3. So I have an additional 4, so I get 7 projectiles, and I'm multi-striking. And I could also put Ancestral Call in there if I wanted to get an even more amount of links, or even more amount of balls for more damage. It's pretty solid single target. Very respectable damage. You can use it for clear if you want. Here, let me show you what the Consecrated Slam looks like if you want to clear with that as well. You cannot multi-strike this one, so this is a 5-link basically. Let me turn my auras back on. I'll just do it a couple times. It looks like this. When you're hitting enemies, you like blink on top of them, so if I was like attacking towards Vegan, I would blink on top of him and then slam. It's really fun to clear with actually, and it is full fire conversion still, so it's pretty cool. I kind of like it. I might experiment with using it more, but as for right now, we're just using Molten Strike. I'm trying to think. There's something else I want to talk about. Sorry, I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, Pantheons. I have Sola Solaris for the minus fizz reduction and 20% chance to take less area damage from hits. I should be upgrading that soon. I'm using Sola for his Lost Lab for the life charges so I could do trials and for Uber Lab. It's just so I didn't have to kill things if I needed flash charges, right? You could just run around in circles. As for my stash update, I sold a bunch of stuff, which again, all be in the VODs, all that stuff. I might go back and clip it out later, but we were just selling stuff that was like basic life resist gear, like all the stuff that I upgraded out of I was selling. When I made about 40 chaos, I bought an Exalt for I think it was 39C, just to have one. Since they're going to go up in value over the next couple days, I figured I might as well grab one while I have the currency. And then I was going to buy a second one, but by the time I went to buy the second one, they were like 50 chaos already. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just keep my chaos. I've started collecting rings for Lore Weave. I have these pair of gloves I'm going to craft life on, which should be able to replace these pair of gloves pretty solidly. I don't think I need this int. Oh, I need a little bit of int for early focus. Damn, never mind. Maybe not. Let's see. Then I just got a bunch of stuff. Like, literally everything that I was wearing, if I upgraded out of it, if it was something that I put on my character because I had good life resist on it, I just threw it in a tab for a little bit of currency, right? Nothing too crazy. Just a couple chaos every once in a while. The best thing I found was, well, this is one of my previous axes. It's 260 PDPS with wet on it. And some lightning res, which is good. And then I got a really, really good roll, Leu Baval. It's like high every roll, so that should sell for a fair amount. I got this really nice belt, life resist wed. I found a Viz Mortis, which is probably worthless now, actually. This was worth 28C when I found it. There was only like 3 of them listed. Yeah, now it's worthless. And then I found this awesome jewel, which is kind of sucks because it's a shield. If it was attack speed while dual wielding, this would be worth a fuckload and would have sold immediately. But life triple damage jewels are really good. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Gem links. Sorry, this video is all over the place. Hopefully it's good enough. So Infernal Blow, Ancestral Call, so you can hit 3 things at once, and then melee fizz and elemental damage with attacks. It just gives you enough damage to one-shot white mobs, no problem. You just slap them and then they explode, and it slaps 3 things around you. It's very nice. Molten Strike links, I'm using Molten Strike, melee fizz, LE damage with attacks, added fire, multi-strike, and LE focus. This can probably be swapped out for Ancestral Call if you want to get a more overall amount of balls. The only issue I have with this is that you can't target like the boss with it. You have to, or the enemy with it. You have to target like off the boss so that it multi-strikes and hits more time. It's really weird, but you get an overall larger amount of Molten Strike balls, which gives you way more DPS. I don't think it works unless I have something that's not targeted but standing near me. I don't know. Either way, that's those links. Movement skill links. Where are they? I'm using faster attacks, leap slam, fortify, and blood magic. This is my movement skill, right? And because I didn't want to deal with mana all the time, because if you have no blood magic, you kind of run out of mana eventually. I just left the blood magic in there, so I don't have to deal with it. Other links we got Ancestral Warrior Chief, linked to melee fizz and faster attacks. Mostly because I'm having issues getting the colors for it. I believe it's supposed to be Conk Effect melee fizz, and either Wed or Ellie Focus. I'm not sure which one gives more damage. One of those two, right? But I don't have that yet, so I have those three. And then I have a portal gem because I'm lazy and I don't want to use portals in maps. Other links, I have a Castle Damage Taken and Mortal Call setup, along with Warlord's Mark. Warlord's Mark gives us the some life and mana leech and endurance charge generation when we kill the enemies. It also means enemies are easier to stun, and since we do a lot of damage per hit with our Infernal Blow, they get stunned a lot, which is kind of nice. And for auras, I'm using Herald of Ash and Hatred. Herald of Ash gives you lots of fire damage, and then you get when you kill something, they burn the enemies next to it down. Deals a lot of damage with our Infernal Blows explosions. And then I'm using Hatred for a bunch of phases extra cold, which does actually show up on our tooltip because we're not converting the cold damage to fire damage. It's still just straight up a lot of extra cold damage. And then I already went over those links. Oh yeah, jewels, non-Molten Strike jewels. I have life fizz damage stuff to attacks. And then this one I believe is the same. Life, attack speed, fire damage to axe attacks. Just like everything that works with axes. Attack speed, fire damage, fizz damage, life, pen if you haven't killed recently. If you need onslaught on kill because you're struggling to proc this onslaught on kill, then do that. If you want to just use regular jewels, you can use life jewels, percent max life with like fizz damage while dual wielding, fizz damage with axes, attack speed while dual wielding, attack speed with axes, a general attack speed, attack and cast speed, fire damage, melee damage. I wouldn't use area damage because it doesn't scale the hits on our Infernal Blow. It's not an area attack. But yeah, you can use a lot of mods like that. I will be going for Uberlab today, probably. I'm probably going to be streaming after this as well. Yeah, I'll go for Uberlab, and then it'll fill out these last two nodes, because this will give me everything else I want. And then I'll be grabbing jewel sockets and filling out these nodes. That should be at level 90 or so. I think just about level 90, yeah, 6 levels, so that'll be 85, 86, 87, 88, and then I'll probably do these 3 points for level 91, and that'll be done. It's a good character though, I have no issues with it so far. It was just like finding resist gear during leveling was really awkward for lightning res. I was good on fire and cold like the whole time, but at lightning res in act 6, 7, 8, I had like 1%, and so the Brian King was one-shotting me, and the Spider Queen person was one-shotting me, because they deal lightning damage. But other than that, it was good to go. I got 20 deaths, I think 3 of which were in maps, and 17 of them were in the campaign during those bosses mostly. But yeah, got 23 hours of playtime, level 84. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide, hope you're enjoying your league start. I will see you live on stream in probably right now when you're done watching this video actually. So thank you guys for watching, I'll see you guys next video, that'll be Demi out.